We all have dreams, big ambitions and exciting goals, but there's a silent killer lurking in the shadows: procrastination. It starts subtly. A little delay here, a postponed task there. Soon it becomes a cycle. Ambition fuels grand plans, but laziness sets in, guilt follows close behind, and ultimately we're left facing failure. We've fallen into the procrastination trap. This trap is familiar to many. We tell ourselves we work best under pressure, or that we'll start tomorrow. But deep down we know the truth. Procrastination is not about laziness, it's about fear. Fear of failure, of judgment, of the unknown. We avoid these feelings by avoiding action. But avoidance only strengthens the trap. The consequences are real. Missed deadlines, strained relationships, and lost opportunities. But the most significant impact is on our self-belief. Each time we succumb to procrastination, we chip away at our confidence. We start to doubt our abilities, question our dreams. Breaking free from this cycle is crucial. It's time to move beyond superficial solutions and tackle the root cause. But how do we escape this trap? How do we break free from the chains of procrastination and unlock our true potential? The answer lies in understanding the driving force behind our inaction inertia. In physics, inertia is the resistance of an object to a change in its state of motion. An object at rest tends to stay at rest. An object in motion tends to stay in motion. This same principle applies to our actions. When we're stuck in a rut of procrastination, we're experiencing the inertia of inaction. It feels incredibly difficult to start working on a task. The initial resistance is immense. But just like physics, once we overcome that initial inertia, maintaining momentum becomes much easier. Think of a rocket launching into space. The initial thrust needed to break free from Earth's gravity is massive. But once the rocket overcomes that initial inertia, it requires far less energy to maintain its trajectory. Our tasks and goals are no different. The problem is, most advice on overcoming procrastination focuses on external factors. Delete social media, eliminate distractions. While these tactics can be helpful, they fail to address the core issue: inertia. They're like trying to push a stalled car without starting the engine. You might move it a few inches, but you won't get very far. To truly conquer procrastination, we need to address the internal resistance, the inertia that's holding us back. We need to find ways to reduce that initial friction and make starting easier. Only then can we build momentum and achieve our goals. Typical procrastination advice often feels like putting a band-aid on a broken bone. Sure, it might cover the problem temporarily, but it doesn't address the underlying cause. We need to move beyond surface-level solutions and develop strategies that target the root of our inaction. One common mistake is setting the bar too high. We overwhelm ourselves with massive goals and complex plans. This only increases the initial resistance, making it even harder to start. Instead of aiming for perfection from the get-go, we need to embrace the power of small steps. Another ineffective strategy is relying solely on willpower. Willpower is a finite resource. It depletes throughout the day, especially when facing challenging tasks. Instead of depending solely on our willpower, we need to create systems and strategies that make taking action easier. The key is to focus on reducing the activation energy required to start. We need to make initiating the task as painless and frictionless as possible. This means breaking down large goals into smaller, more manageable steps. It means creating clear starting points and removing any potential roadblocks. By shifting our focus from grand aspirations to manageable actions, we can overcome the inertia of procrastination and start building momentum towards our goals. Section 4. Breaking free actionable strategies for lasting change. One powerful tool for overcoming inertia is the 2-minute rule. The idea is simple. Commit to working on a task for just 2 minutes, that's it. If you still don't feel like continuing after 2 minutes, you're free to stop. But often, you'll find that once you've overcome the initial inertia, you'll want to keep going. Another effective strategy is to reduce the stakes. When we place too much pressure on a task, it becomes more daunting. Instead of aiming for perfection, focus on simply getting started. Give yourself permission to produce imperfect work initially. The goal is to build momentum, and you can always refine and improve later. Remember the rocket launch analogy? The initial thrust requires the most energy. Similarly, the hardest part of any task is often simply starting. Once you've overcome that initial inertia, maintaining momentum becomes significantly easier. Another powerful technique is temptation bundling. Pair a task you enjoy with something you've been procrastinating on. For example, only listen to your favorite podcast while exercising, or only watch your favorite TV show while working on that report. These are just a few examples, but the key is to find strategies that work for you. Experiment with different approaches and build a toolkit of techniques that help you overcome inertia and achieve your goals. Section 5. Embrace action, conquer procrastination. Procrastination is not a character flaw, it's a habit, and like any habit, it can be broken. By understanding the role of inertia, we can develop effective strategies to overcome this challenge and unlock our true potential. Remember, progress is a journey, not a destination. Don't get discouraged by setbacks or occasional slip-ups. The key is to cultivate a mindset of continuous improvement. Celebrate small victories, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward. Stop dreaming about a better future. Start building it today. Choose one strategy, implement it, and experience the liberating power of taking action. You have the power to break free from the procrastination trap and achieve your dreams. The only question is, will you start now?